Hi, in this video I want to talk about head and shoulders and head and shoulders failure. I'm looking at the GBP Australian dollar daily chart, and I'm looking at this area. It was formed during October, September, beginning of October 2013. The neckline was broke here. Then the market didn't continue down as you could expect with a head and shoulder pattern, but it went up. It went up very, very strongly. And these are head and shoulder failure. Head and shoulder failure are set up by itself, and many times they are stronger than the head and shoulder itself. Um, the problem with failures is that you have to recognize where exactly is failure occurring. For me, it was this area. Once the market broke above this trend line, I knew I'm in a failure, head and shoulder failure. If you want to be more aggressive, I'm using trend lines usually. Here it was hard to know it's going to fail. But once this move already gave us a clue that we might looking at failure. Now we have another head and shoulder pattern of GBP Australian. And in fact, when you look about this strong move to the upside, we could expect now a reversal, some kind of a reversal, because trend don't go forever, don't last forever. And I want to look about the Australian USD daily. This is the head and shoulder, previous head and shoulder again. It was the same time the head and shoulder failure occurred at GBP Australian. Now we have this one. It's not a pretty one. It's not a really. I don't think it's a really good one, but it's there. And the Australian USD is now testing this trend line. It's an important trend line in my view. But it already broke the neckline. Broke the neckline, made a dip, then ran to test the head and shoulder, the trend line, and gave us yesterday an outside bar. Outside bar is a strong candle pattern. I think this is the strongest candle pattern that there is. But this is not enough. The market hasn't run enough distance in order so we can say that the head and shoulders has happened. And if the market is going to break this area, this trend line, we're going to have a head and shoulder failure. Head and shoulder failure might be very, very strong because on the longer time frame, the Australian dollar is in a downtrend. So I expect, I will watch this trend line here, and I want to see if the market is going to break this one. If it's going to break this one, I'll become very bearish about the Australian dollar. I'll also have to look about the GBP Australian dollar, see how it's going, what's going there. For me, the failure point would be this trend line. If the market's going to come back and test the trend line again and give me some buying signal, I would expect the market then to reach at least the previous high. Because as I said, failures, head and shoulder failure are leading to a very strong move. That's it. Thank you very much.